Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at some words from Hansi Flick, Inigo Martínez, Lamine Yamal, and Gavi. They all spoke after Barcelona's victory over Athletic Club yesterday in the Spanish Super Cup. Then as well, we're going to be talking about some stats from that match. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys to stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video. And let's first start off by looking at the words from Hansi Flick after the match against Athletic Club. If you guys haven't watched my match reaction, go make sure to check it out. It's already on the channel. That's where we basically discuss the match right after it, give the raw reaction. But Hansi Flick, he starts off by saying, I'm very happy for Dani and Pau, who will be able to play in the final. But overall, I'm happy for the entire team. And if you guys haven't been keeping up with the Barcelona news, Dani, Olmo, and as well as Pau Victor, they are both temporarily registered for Barcelona. I will be making another video talking about the situation because there is some more things to discuss. But Hansi Flick continues on. He talks about Szczęsny. It says Szczęsny played today, and Iñaki was on the bench. It was my decision, and I really like this decision from Hansi Flick. I know that Iñaki Peña, he hasn't done anything necessarily bad to warrant him being on the bench, but it's good to see that Szczęsny is there, a keeper of experience, a keeper of quality, and if Szczęsny is to continue these good performances, because Barcelona, since 2014, they haven't kept 2 clean sheets at the start of the year, and that's what they have done. Barcelona have kept the same number of clean sheets in their last 2 matches as they did in their previous 14. And Barcelona, as I said, they haven't started a year with 2 clean sheets since 2014. And I think that's one of the most important things that Hansi is looking at, obviously, because it gives confidence. It just shows that Barcelona, they're doing things solid defensively. And if Szczęsny were to continue these good performances, could we see him become a starter? That's a debate that we're going to be having. But Hansi Flick, he continues on. He talks about Lamine. He says, I know you're always focusing on Lamine, but we have a team and we need to take care of the players. He was coming back from an injury and we had to sub him off after 60 to 65 minutes. And I really like this man management from Hansi Flick. Obviously, you want to have Lamine Yamal out there because you obviously saw what he did in the match. He was constantly causing threats to Athletic Club, and he did get the second goal. And above that, he was giving tons of great passes, causing danger, and we're going to need Lamine Yamal for the final this weekend, and then as well we're going to need him for the rest of the season. And so I not only want Hansi Flick to be taking care of Lamine Yamal now, but throughout the entirety of the season. We need to be resting Lamine Yamal whenever we can and making sure he is in top shape. And then the last quote that Hansi Flick he has talked about is in regards to the team. He says there were many moments where we weren't as connected as in other matches, but overall we did well. And the important thing is that we qualified for the final after winning 2-0. And with that, Barcelona advanced into the final of the Super Cup, where we are awaiting the winner between Real Madrid and Mallorca. But we move on and we now talk about Íñigo Martínez, because Íñigo Martínez, he's also spoken after the match, and he says today we've taken a very important step, another final. Pau and Victor are important to us. Seeing how they weren't there wasn't easy. We tried to support them at all times, and this is a theme that you're going to be seeing throughout the players' quotes and everything. They were asked about Pau Victor and as well as Dani Olmo. And it's very interesting to see how they've all are showing their supports, and they're basically mentioning that their importance to the team is very vital. And he even I think this is the most interesting quote from Inigo Martinez. He says, Vini Jr. only suspended for 2 games. A few years ago, I was suspended for 4 matches for a much smaller mistake than Vinicius. We must not stay silent in the face of such unjust cases. And, I'm actually surprised that Inigo Martinez said this, because you just know that, the Spanish Federation or La Liga, they're going to be looking at this and they're going to be thinking, we need to give it like a sanction or something, a fine or anything like this. But it's absolutely the case, guys. When Real Madrid, they have these things go in their favor. When Vinicius is allowed to play in the Supercopa de España, it makes things very difficult, and it is unjust. It is unjust because you had Lewandowski, miss 3 games for doing this on his nose. You saw Hansi Flick for putting his hand on a referee's back, missed 2 games. And Vinicius Jr., when he literally puts his hand on the opposition player and pushes him onto the ground, showing an act of aggression, only banned for 2 matches. That is absolutely absurd. But, we're also going to be talking about Inigo Martinez in the next video that I will be making, guys, because as you guys know, he has a clause in the contract that automatically extends. And so we will be talking about that later on. And now we move on to Lamine Yamal's words. And he says, the goal was to reach the final and win it. Athletic is a very physical team, and we struggled a bit at the end of the first half. And Lamine Yamal continues. He says, we're very happy that Dani and Victor can play now. They're very relieved. Lamine Yamal continues on. He says, I didn't get nervous about the goal. Unai knows that during training, I usually aim for the far post, and today I switched it up on him. And that's very interesting, because if you guys don't know, Unai Simon, he plays for the Spanish national team, and Lamine Yamal is teammates with Unai Simon, and they must have had tons of practice during the training sessions. And Unai Simon, he probably knows that Lamine Yamal's preference is to go for that far post, and that quick thinking from Lamine Yamal to just switch it gave Barcelona the goal, and I have to give props to Lamine. But I want to emphasize this point from Lamine. It says starting 2025 with a victory is very important, and I want to extend it. I want to say starting off the year with a trophy that's going to be absolutely monumental, and this weekend we're going to be chasing for that trophy. And now I want to move on into the last player's comments, and that is Gavi, because Gavi, he also spoke, and he was my man of the match. He got the goal, he got the assist, he was absolutely fantastic, and we're seeing Gavi slowly get back integrated onto the team, and I absolutely cannot wait, and I want him to start in the weekend. Gavi, he says, one of my celebrations was dedicated to Dani Olmo, who will be able to play in the final. If you guys don't know how that celebration looks like, this is how he celebrated after the match. You see him pointing to his wrist and basically doing the Dani Olmo celebration. Continuing on, Gavi, he talks about why he was subbed off. He was asked about discomfort, but he says there wasn't any discomfort. I was tired. And Gavi, he will be able to play this weekend. And he continues on. He says, happy and pleased with the team's victory. I was lucky to score the goal. And he responds, will I be ready for Sunday? Heck, of course. And I love that enthusiasm from Gavi. If you guys don't know, Gavi's last 2 matches in the Spanish Super Cup was against Real Madrid in the 2023 final, which he had a goal and 2 assists. That's an amazing performance from Gavi. You think about that absolutely dominating performance from Barcelona, in which they beat them 3-1, and this latest performance against Athletic Club, in which he had a goal and assist against Athletic Club, and that's absolutely fantastic. And we hopefully are going to be able to see that same performance against either Real Madrid or Mallorca this weekend. Let's hope Gavi continues that. And continuing on, I want to be looking at some stats, guys. I've talked about how Barcelona, they kept 2 clean sheets in the last 2 matches, and that's very, very important. But I want to talk about Pau Cubarsí, because Pau Cubarsí, he was absolutely, I wouldn't necessarily say brilliant or anything like that, but he was very, very good on the night, and this is something that is just becoming a norm for Pau Cubarsí, because Pau Cubarsí is 17 years of age, and he is the number 1 center back for Hansi Flick. And we're going to be talking about how that leads to another Barcelona player, and Araujo, but I want to be saving that for the next video. And looking at his stats, Pau Cubarsí, he had 75 touches, 61 out of 65 passes, which is a 94 passing accuracy, which is the highest, 7 out of 9 long balls, 4 passes into the final third, 0 times dispossessed, 1 tackle, 1 block, 4 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 1 interception, 5 ball recoveries, 3 out of 3 ground duels won, 1 foul won, 0 fouls committed, and 0 times dribbled past. And when you look at those stats, that is reflective of a top center back. And I reiterate, guys, Pau is going to be Hansi Flick's #1 choice for that center back position, and it's completely understandable. Pau right now is playing at an extraordinary level, and he's going to become a vital pillar for this team. But another player who played very, very well and who controlled the tempo of the match is Pedri. Pedri, a player who, you know, on when he's fit and he is at 100%, he's the best midfielder in the world. I have no debate about that. Pedri, when he's absolutely firing on all cylinders, there's no one who can match him. The way he is able to control a match and the way he just maneuvers the ball, able to escape from tight areas, it's absolutely absurd. But something that is not talked about a lot is his defensive work rate. You know, the people who say, oh, Pedri, you know, he can't, defend, he can't run, that's absolutely absurd. When you watch Pedri, he covers ground like crazy. And when you look at his defensive duties, in the last couple of matches, Pedri against Borussia Dortmund, he had 9 ball recoveries. Against Leganes, he had 9 ball recoveries. Against Atletico Madrid, he had 13 ball recoveries. Against Athletic Club, he had 9 ball recoveries. So Pedri, at that base of the midfield, is doing the dirty work. Not only is he contributing offensively, having those amazing passes and everything, controlling the tempo, but as well, he is running and he is putting in a shift. And that's something that is not talked about enough. But I want to give credit to the team. I want to give credit to Pedri as well for the performance that he put in. And our goal now is going to be to win that final against either Real Madrid or Mallorca. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys make of everyone's words that I have discussed on today's video? What do you guys make of, Pau, of Pedri, and as well as Íñigo Martínez? But guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will be bringing you guys another video in which I talk about the latest news. In regards to Ronaldo, who surprisingly there are more Juventus links teeing up and everything of the sort. But guys, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.